Davis A&M student. I also enjoy playing hockey. Avid member of the robotics team. Didn't have to. Woo! And I'm a chief in the Naval Sea Cadets.
Pretty impressive. All right. So can you share with the group here a little bit about why you chose Davis Aerospace and Maritime? Like, what was your process? How did you find us, and why did you choose to go here?
So through Sea Cadets, I actually ended up meeting Argonaut kind of by accident. We were helping with a volunteer project, and I got a chance to go on FastStar 5043, and I really loved the boat. I liked what they're doing. It was a concept at that time, and when they were building it out, I was like, hey, I want to be a part of the school. And I kind of got an option to step out and see what they kind of had to offer, and I was hooked the moment I kind of heard.
Awesome. Awesome. So talk a little bit about some of the experiences you've had in the last 4 years, and and things that you might not otherwise have had, and what those have meant to you, and how you built upon those.
Absolutely. So my freshman year, we did aqua immersion, and that would be based off of swimming, and that would be all sorts of getting on kayaks, canoes, that sort of thing. It's very interesting. And from that, they kind of saw I was interested in the water, and they're like, hey, how about you go get your lifeguard certification? So I went and did that. That was awesome. And then from there, I went to my sophomore year last year, and that was kind of when I did an internship with the Port of Cleveland, and I got to see a lot of the actual shipping industry, and I really fell in love with the shipping, and I determined that I was kind of going to go with the maritime route a little bit more. I got to tour a lot of different ships, got to see a lot of the days in and outs. And then this year I will be doing an internship for 60 days out on the water during the summer. I'm ecstatic about that. I got back from the tour, as we heard just yesterday. Got to see a lot of the ins and outs, the goods, the bads, all sorts of things in the industry that I will be facing every day.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit more about that. I know I didn't prep you with that question, so I apologize, but tell us a little bit more about what you think you're going to be experiencing in those 60 days.
So in that 60 days, I will be working with three main different classifications. I'll be working with the deck side, which is the navigation, the captain, that sort of thing. Also working on the deck, obviously, the hand stuff. And then the downstairs, the engine room I'll be working with. Make sure the ship's up, maintenance on the engine, that sort of thing. And then the galley crew I'll be spending a little bit of time with. Kind of learning how to prepare food on ship, because it's obviously different. You can't go to Walmart and grab whatever, but there's different specifications on a ship. Your own little city.
Awesome. Anything you're fearful of or have anxiety about?
No, I feel like I've been properly prepped and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
Excited.
Awesome. So when you think 8 to 10 years from now, I know that's a long ways away, right? So let's say you're 27 years old, and you look out. Where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing? What do you hope?
Well, I hope to kind of be chief engineer at that time. I obviously want to go the kind of more mechanic route. And the chief engineer is the equivalent to the captain, I would say, kind of in that aspect. He kind of runs everything below deck, makes sure all the engines are up, and everything's well kept. That would be my preferred position. And then, of course, I'd love to have a house on the water somewhere, as well as my own. And overall, just giving back as well, trying to make sure that I help other students try to get to the position that I rose to.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So, in the last 3 years, I remember Max as a freshman because we had just changed our name from FastStar, which was Public Health and Safety Technical Aviation Resources, to Argonaut. And we were doing this video to introduce the new name, and Max was the only student who was willing to put on this, what was it?
It was like
a Roman warrior outfit, and he gets out there and he's like, "We are Argonaut."
There's a video.
Oh, amazing. There is a video. It is on YouTube. I strongly encourage you. I should have actually had it primed up for this. That would have been even better. But I remember how excited you were, how passionate you were at the time. When you look back now over the last 3 years, like, what has been the most profoundly impactful experiences for you, or what has made such a difference for you?
I would say just the day-to-day stuff, honestly. So the going to class with maritime science and learning about getting those opportunities to really see it's not just a one-off thing. Oh well, I went to this thing and it was nice. It's a really, I go to this thing. It's very nice. I love it. I build up to my next maybe time out at sea or next internship, gaining knowledge, getting ready, preparing, and that really ties back into the teachers for the maritime science. My advisors of the clubs of maritime and robotics even, because everything mechanical and it's all just so nice at this school, and I really love it. It's the day-to-day stuff that really gets you in the door, keeps you coming back, you enjoy it, and it's very awesome.
That's awesome. So, to our audience, what advice might you give them in helping to recruit and engage young people like you into the industry?
I would 100% suggest tours or internships. I know that I kind of started as getting tours in, seeing different locations and all that. And when you do those things, what I mainly look for is the good, the day-to-day, and then the bad. Although we're high school students, we know that every job has its drawbacks. Otherwise, everyone would work in that job. And then there's the better aspects of the job that would draw people in, whether that's the best office in the world, or maybe the pay, or whatever your critical thing is that draws people to your company. That would be a critical point. And then the day-to-day, we know that this is going to be our job, but what will we be doing in it? What will we really be doing day-to-day? What will be our process? Are we tying lines? Are we sweeping? Are we getting down and dirty, oiling, greasing, all that sort of thing? It just really depends.
Awesome. My last question to you is if you had, with the rest of your peers, when you think back to like your freshman year and now you're thinking of those who are following after you, what would be your words of wisdom?
Well, first of all, I'm jealous because there's so many new programs all the time you guys are coming up with, new school coming out and all that. So automatically jealous, but obviously just get involved, go hang out with Tim Hatfield in the Argonaut office, make sure that you're paying attention. He generally gets a lot of information, he gets around, and he'll help you get there too if you just listen to him. Get involved, stand up, put your hands out, go to those tours. Even if you're not 100% sure you're interested, you might fall in love with it. I originally thought I was going to be in the Navy, but now I'm obviously going a little bit different on the water still, but it's because I actually stood up, kind of paid attention to my mentors, and I like what I saw in them, and I like what I saw in those fields that they participated in.
That's awesome. So I want to open it up. Is there any questions that anyone in the audience might have for Max?
Thanks for being here, firstly, Max. It's great to hear you talk about your experience. You mentioned doing lifeguard training as a part of your school, and we were also hearing a little bit about taking the OSHA 10 course and things like that. So as someone in safety, I'm interested in what your experience has been learning the safety components of these professions and how that fits into the rest of your experience.
Absolutely, thank you guys for having us. But the safety aspect is big with all these different moving parts and places we're going. Like right now in Maritime Club, we're working, taking part in engine block actually. And everyday things that you may not think is an issue or a hazard, they're a hazard because you don't normally take apart your engine block in the garage. That would be oil, pieces laying out, just overall cleanliness. You don't really think about it on your day-to-day, but if you let it build up, it can become a problem. People can get hurt. And overall, if you keep it maintained, it makes it easier to both function-wise as well as practical-wise, keeping people safe.
You guys get much management or leadership training or anything?
Yes, I would say we get great opportunities. It's kind of what's allotted. So if they see that you're wanting to be a leader, you're getting out there, you're making those steps and those strides. Last summer I was actually offered a position through a Peak, which is another kind of organization we work through, and they offered me a lead kind of manager role to the other interns, and it was very interesting to hear about the details.
Yeah, Max, do you feel like you all have a leg up over other traditional high school students that go the college route?
1,000,000%, especially with the 60-day thing coming up. I will already have had one sea trial. I don't know if everyone knows what a sea trial is, but a sea trial is kind of like getting the opportunity to go out there and experience what you're gonna get out there. So I'm gonna have questions that I have to fill out, answers, all that sort of thing, and I'm gonna know kind of what field that I'm going into, and it's gonna definitely help with the classroom to practical application connection. And overall, yes, I have a large leg up, I would say.
Any other questions?
Can you talk about your first time on a boat and how you felt?
Yeah, so that was during my freshman year, more towards the end. Kinda went through all the, we know how to swim now, we're all ready, we're all good. They're confident in us, they believe in our ability, and then they say, all right, let's put you out with a couple instructors. Then they're gonna show you kinda how to maneuver it, left, right, all that good of things. Give you tasks, they'll throw out, safety rings, and you have to go by and grab them. And overall, it was just an eye-opening experience. It was awesome, and definitely tied into kind of my love for the water today, not just big wise with the big freighters and all that, but also with the smaller vessels as well, and getting out on the water, even on kayaks, canoes, whatever.
One more. How would these opportunities help you develop personally?
Personally, they actually did give me leadership. I feel like sometimes when other students can be led astray or they're maybe not paying attention to the best, we're very good at that. But oh my goodness, yes, no, that's awesome. Responsibilities out the wazoo. Going to all these places, doing important things. And then overall, it just made me more a defined person. Kind of got the opportunity to come to places like this and talk and learn these skills. Like, I don't commonly talk in front of this many important people that are in their fields up there, per se, but it's definitely something that I can put under my belt and say, I've done this before, and I'm not afraid to do it again, and it's something that definitely kind of helps.
Well, thank you, Max. You are amazing.